Joining us in the kitchen today is Charlie Murphy.
From The Chappelle Show, Eddie Murphy's brother. He's got the Acid Trip Comedy Tour. You can also catch his podcast. Let's talk to Charlie. Charlie, what would you say was your favorite memory of being a bodyguard?
My favorite memory of being a bodyguard was probably whipping somebody's ass. I don't know. That's the best part of the job. you don't get stressed out when you go to bed, you know. I was the oldest brother, so we lived in Brooklyn. I don't know if you're familiar with the terrain. You got to be able to use these. And I was the oldest, so that responsibility came to me, you know.
Did you like to fight?
I learned to like it. You know, when it's something that's going to happen, it's inevitable. You know, it's part of the environment. It's either one way or the other to take it. Either you're gonna ball up into a fetal position or shrimp or whatever, or you're gonna stand up and be, you know, the guy that you are and hold it down. Because it's not about whether you win or lose, it's about you standing up for yourself.
How often would you and Eddie fight? I mean, brothers fight. I used to fight all the time with my brother.
You mean like get into a, not often, man. I mean,
no?
You know, after you get beat down once or twice, you know you can't beat the person, you're gonna keep fighting. And I'm not talking about, I didn't get beat down.
No,
Okay?
I didn't assume that you got beat down. Give us one night. You get out of the Navy and you're with your brother and you're in one of these celebrity drug-fueled situations and you look around and you say to yourself, I can't believe I'm here with these people.
Now, I didn't say I can't believe I'm here with these people. I was like, I can't believe all this cocaine is in the room right now. Isn't this stuff illegal?
And who was in the environment? Who was there?
I'm not giving no names up. I'm not a snitch.
Okay.
But there was a lot of people there. There was a lot, you know, put it like this, man. In the 80s, it was in the open. Everyone was doing it, and there was a lot of people who you would be shocked to find out that, yeah, they was doing it too. You know, if you go to a party, everybody was, people that weren't aware. That's the whole reason why I think it was socially acceptable. People weren't aware of you know, where this thing could take you. Just like right now, we have a thing with the young people that taking this drug called Molly, okay? And when they talk about it, they don't talk about it in terms of they're using almost like, they don't talk about like I'm using a drug, but they are using a drug, and there is gonna be a year or two down the road, we're gonna see what the result is of all these young people taking this drug for the last 2 years is gonna be. It hasn't been around long enough for us to see that yet, but we are gonna see the manifestation of what that drug really does.
Well, Neil Brennan tells this story, the co-creator of The Chappelle Show. He tells this story about you, that there was an actual situation where you grabbed a Tech-9 off a dresser and you were going to deal with a situation of some sort, and your brother Eddie says, hey, Charlie, you know this isn't a movie, right? You know that this is real what you're doing right now. Look at that look on his face. You remember the details of that story?
Yeah,
what
I remember the
happened
details of that story, man. I don't really want to go into the details of that story because the person who was involved in the story with me and that person have resolved our issues, and for me to come on television and bring it back up and make a joke about it, because it wasn't a joke when it happened. It was a very serious situation, and it got resolved with nobody getting hurt. And to bring it back up, you know, it would be like picking a scab off a wound, because other people was involved in that story besides me.
Can you speak without
I just put it this way. I wasn't the one that was scared in the story, and I'm leaving it at that.
Okay, I didn't want to get into any of the details. Well, I did, but you pushed me off the details. But what was your mindset that seemed like a way of problem solving at the time, without getting into the details?
Well, that's the reason why I got rid of my gun. And, you know, I got rid of my gun because I was going to solve a problem that was very simple, okay, with a gun, because I got emotional. I got angry, and the first, oh, you're going to talk to me like that? I'm going to solve it like this. And I thank God that I didn't make that decision. I got rid of the gun. You know, I haven't had one since. You know, I've been around guns. Other people have been around me. They have, but me personally, I don't have a gun. I don't carry a gun. I don't look at the gun as a way for me to solve my problems. But I see when other people choose to do that, how it can happen, because I was in a situation where, because of my emotions at that moment, I was about to make a bad decision.
As you walk the streets of New York out there, what is the thing that fans are most likely to shout at you from The Chappelle Show?
Charlie Murphy! That's what they all shout, man. They all shout that out.
And
at
you
the
like
airport, in the restaurant, on the elevator, sometimes even in the men's bathroom. That's not a good place to be yelling that out.
Has anybody been bold enough to ask you what the five fingers said to the face?
Several people, and I got the same answer for them. Try it.
What happens when you say that? What's the look on their face when you
That's the
say
end of the
try it?
conversation. That's the end of the conversation.
Charlie, hold on a second. My father wants to get in here. Go ahead, Poppy.
Charlie, what kind of pancakes did Prince serve you?
They were regular pancakes, but they had the little raspberries in the formation, right on the top, and the syrup was drizzling down. It was off the hook, man. It was off the hook. I'll eat them pancakes right now. If they brought them in here right now.
Does Prince hold a grudge
Put it
against
like
you
this.
for that?
I know how he gets women after I ate those pancakes. Those pancakes was good, man.
Good.
We'll let you go on that note. Thank you, Charlie.
All right, man.
Gracias,
God bless,
Charlie.
man.
All right, I appreciate it.
Gracias, Charlie.
That's what's good.